You know, it's a pretty cold day today, but there's good news because although it's really cold out, we're in the Northeast and, well, we're also in Dave's world, welcome. But these places around here, these wood mills, they're all the same places that Gibson and Fender are getting their stuff. Why can't we make guitars? We have a wood shop. So here we go. It's gonna be our bird's eye maple, which is really nice. I just got to kind of cut it down and surface it. This will be our next. Let's make something. So now we're at the point where basically I try and kind of hone in on what I'm working on. Like we cut out enough wood for 4 necks, but I'm only making one guitar at a time. I kind of go for that like handmade vibe. Nice. This rosewood is strong. It smells strong. And it looks really good. So it's surfaced. I did a bunch of these on the bandsaw. I kind of had them a little bit thicker than they needed to be. So I decided we're gonna do double black binding and it'll be cool. Our neck glued up, truss rod put in, everything's kind of taken care of there. So really we've got about 12 hours into this guitar at this point and it's all pretty much all handwork. We are getting closer. The goal would be, the secret test anyways, is how good is this? No bolts, no nothing. Not too many guitars have that anymore. It's really important that these are flat. I've got the back of the neck kind of sanded kind of close roughly to where we want it. We're going for like a 1969 like Strat shape and a 12-inch radius. I pre-bend my fret wire. This is a 12-inch radius guitar, so I just use these cutters to do it. Try to start by just sort of whacking these in. And I have them pre-bent and I just cut them and press them. So there was a lot of noise going on during the fretting process. We'll show more of that in other videos, but as of now, our neck's pretty much ready to get fine-tuned. I just got to do the back shape a little bit more sanding and then drill our tuners and do our key head a little bit. The body's ready. We just got to drill the holes then for the neck pocket. So really, we're almost ready to go to the paint shop. Like, we're getting closer. So I went to the wood mill the other day and I was really looking to get like ash, like really like a 55 blonde kind of style, like ash. and I just couldn't really find anything light and nice, like light in color and weight. But I did find this really good mahogany and this really nice carina, which is really, really elusive and wide. And there's a couple pieces. I also got some of this crazy flamed maple that's like really ultra ripply and kind of crazy. We'll make plenty of things out of stuff like that. So drilling for our tuners is precision work, that's for sure. I would narrow it down to pretty much being the drill press as like my favorite tool in the shop, other than the wide belt sander. When it has that eased edge look all around, it starts to really like capture the Fender master build kind of vibe where it's like handmade. That's what we're going for. As we like talk about Fender master builds, I mean, like I have 3 of them. And they're really inspirational. I really always wanted to do this. Now that I'm making these, it's like I pull out that Fender master build and it's like A/B it to what I have. It's like, oh look, I can do, you know, this list of things to make it better. Rolling these edges is just one of those many things. So at this point, we've got our body and neck basically just ready to be finished sanded, and then off to the paint shop it goes. So that's what I'll work on today. So to continue with our handmade theme, now that we've made it to the paint shop, we're gonna go with like a really nice white blonde finish, and the double black binding will make it look ultra cool. So I prefer to mix up my own paints. That way I get the color exactly the way that I want it to be. Now we have our body pretty much painted. We are going to do some clear coat, but this is over the course of a few days, just putting a light coat on, a light coat on, a light coat on. Now we're going to scrape our binding. It's a really nice piece of bird's eye maple. Looks fantastic. My spray mask is coming apart. There we go. I don't have a problem with anything or anybody's style. I'm just not gonna do like a beat up finish or like anything like relict right now. I'm just doing like a gloss finish. Maybe the next guitar or something we can do. I did cabinet making and millwork for like 14 years, and a lot of that time was in painting. So I don't know, I don't really like beating this stuff up. So our adventures at the paint shop end, and now we're home. We're gonna do the frets, and we're going to wet sand and buff the body and neck. So maybe I didn't film all of this process of wet sanding and buffing. I'm gonna do a lot more of these videos. In fact, I kind of want to do a video for every guitar I make. It'd be a lot of fun. So we'll kind of skip around and show different parts of the process. But right now I have this sanded up really good to like 2000 grit and wet sanded and buffed. I got a little bit more work on it, and then I got to do the neck, and we can start hardwiring it. Our hand carved bone nut fits in great. That's absolutely awesome. So I'm finishing up some of the fitment with our custom pick guard here. These pickups, what I do, I try and keep everything as handmade as I can. I don't make the pickups. So this time around, we're going with Tone Hatch. They're from Nebraska, and they're hand wound. You can get them on reverb.com. We'll find out how they sound. I've mounted it in our custom pick guard. Comes with everything you need, the rubbers and the screws and everything. Really nice cloth wire, really cool. The bridge I'm using is this Goto, which is really nice modern 6 saddle bridge. We do have to do, like I say, the modification to the pick guard, but being a fully custom guitar, that's to be expected. So really, really nice. So now we're at a point where I tuned the guitar up and I just let it sit for a couple of days. I just let it kind of become a guitar. It's really not been plugged in. It hasn't been played at all. I just kind of check a couple of things and just leave it go because they tend to need a lot of adjustments from day one to like day 3 or 4. So here we are, fast forward, the guitar's together. I'm going to put the string tree on. I'm going to make a truss rod adjustment, some subtle action adjustments, and then we're going to plug it in and hear the thing. This only needs a really small truss rod adjustment. So not counting all of my prototypes and stuff I've worked on before, this one's going to be number 7. It is the YouTube guitar. I love these 6 saddle bridges. You can get them just right. That's the crazy high gain setting on the. That's like, does it fret out? Sounds fantastic. Sustains forever. I don't know how many prototypes I I made to sustain like that. Oh, joy. instrument is finished and it's really exciting. It has a personality of its own and it makes me really proud. It was time well spent, that's for sure, and I enjoyed it more than I probably should have. Um, for my sake, I'm gonna do a YouTube video with the guitars that I make, kind of like this. I'll switch it up. I'll do different parts of the process. I know I skipped over some stuff, um, and that'll just kind of be what it is. Next guitar I make, I don't even know what it'll be. I'm just excited. Um, I do have local players that have bought these, which is exciting. But being that this one's number 7, I mean, at this point, I'd kind of really like to see them like get out there and be like seen. So I'm doing the YouTube video for that as well. And I'm just gonna list this guitar on reverb.com just to see if anybody's interested. There will be more details on the specs on it too there. And I'll put it in the description. But really, it's a complete blast making these. I can't tell you how much fun I really had. And I'm just going to keep doing it. So thanks for visiting Dave's World.